I know a lot of college basketball teams have already kind of tipped off, and it used to be, we've talked about it a bunch, the kind of the drop dead date of October 15th, and you couldn't see your guys at all and touch them. So it has a little different feel than what it is now, but it's always exciting to be able to kind of have the first official day. We went this morning for about 50 minutes. We do that probably 3 or 4 mornings a week. It's no contact. We don't tape. It's kind of more for basketball IQ things and introducing some different actions that we're trying to run offensively and defensively. Today, at this point, I like where our team is. We're obviously, compared to last year's team, I was very proud of that team. We're deeper, more athletic, probably have more of a look like an SEC team. We are young in some areas, but experienced in others, and so excited about the chances of getting going today.
Questions?
How's Blake?
Blake, we went home for right after our August period, Ben, and didn't feel well, and so we got him back here, and he's running a lot of series of kind of blood tests. Some kind of came back abnormal. He's improving, and so we're kind of waiting for another kind of testing that was done today to come back. But he's really improving, and so hopefully we'll get Blake back at some point here, maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
So you anticipate having him when the season starts?
We hope. We got to get these last tests back, but everything has been a lot more positive lately. He's back now on his own, starting to run on his own, shooting. He hadn't done anything with our team since we've been back. And so we're kind of waiting right now probably for these next tests to come back. And then so it'd be great. We sure hope it's maybe get him a little quicker than what we thought at one point.
That kind of surprised you guys. You mentioned he wasn't feeling well. Did you imagine it'd be as significant as that?
No, because he's one of those. But he's one of those guys. He's the first guy in the gym all the time. His voice is so loud, and he just went home, and his dad called me and he said, "This Blake's not." Tried to work him out and didn't really feel like working out, and so he went to a hospital there, and those people were great, but we wanted to get him back here to our team of doctors and our doctors and Andrew, Shannon, and Mississippi Medical have been terrific. So I think there's about to find a starting point to where we can get him back going.
How's it been not having his voice in the gym?
I've missed it. I mean, it's been great to kind of see some other guys develop. But I miss his voice, and I tell my guys all the time, it's one of the main reasons that he started last year so many games, because even as a young freshman, his voice was the best in our gym defensively, and you miss his energy level. So it'd be good to have him back.
Obviously, you've got a deeper team, but you did lose a player to the NBA. How do you replace all of those minutes, those points, all of his production, that showed up in the stat sheet, and some of this production that didn't?
Yeah, it's hard, Neil. I think you got to look, number one, at the veteran backcourt that's back. And you hope that, not saying Breon Tyree is going to make the jump from 10 points to whatever he averaged, 18 a game. Devontae made a jump. But both those guys need to make a bigger jump. And it may not be so much in points scored, but just overall their leadership, which has been better, how they defend, how they share the ball. So you've got to start there. And then, we've got a lot of capable guys. I mean, right now, there are a lot of guys from Franco to Bryce to Austin Crowley. KJ can play some three. Luis Rodriguez has had a great camp, is playing really, really well. And so then I think you'll see guys coming back, whether it's KJ or Blake at different positions, maybe not TD's position. So, but I would kind of start with Devontae and Breon and both those guys, kind of their games taking another step.
Have you noticed a different attitude or mentality from the guys in year 2 now that the expectations are maybe a little higher than they were coming into last year?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think we've changed as a program from this time last year. Just our maturity level in the classroom, our maturity level, just the way we go about our business day to day. And I think the expectations of what we expect every day, and that's gotten better. We're not close to where we need to be. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm proud of the progress. And like I said, you'll see us practice, and we look and feel more like an SEC team should look.
Does having that depth let you coach a little more the way that you're comfortable with coaching? I know last season you wanted to use your bench sometimes as but there was nobody on it. I mean, is it different now?
Yeah, it is different, you know, and I think this just competition, you know, fans get to see it in games where coaches really appreciate it as a practice, because that's where your team grows. And it grows also when a guy knows he's got to give his very, very best effort, because there's a guy right behind him that you can hopefully put into a game and your team can keep improving. And so I just think that competition, you know, obviously I use the analogy of football. Alabama probably has the best analogy of it, you know, that are Clemson in football, that they've got 2 or 3 guys at each spot. So you can imagine the competition, and everybody's got to be on edge every single day. Number one, kind of afraid of you losing your spot, but the competition to get better grows.
Speaking
mentioned
of the
the
competition,
Go ahead, Parrish.
speaking of the competition, a lot of newcomers, Kermit, has anyone separated themselves and do you see roles forming there?
Yeah, you know, we'll find a lot more in the next, you know, 25 or 30 days, but Adeem Size had his best week of practice last week. It was good, you know, and Carlos Curry has made some progress. He'll have some great days. Carlos needs to be more consistent. KJ Buffin, you know, just from his body, you can look at him. I mean, now he's about 225, 226, and he's more physical. He looks more ready to play, you know, than he did last year. Austin Crowley has had some really, really good days from a basketball IQ standpoint. He's very, very athletic. He'll be as athletic as about anybody in our league at his position. Sammy Hunter has been a great addition. Sammy's got to rebound the ball better. He's capable, but he just shows flashes of he's going to be a really good player in our league. So, and I'm probably leaving out some Duke McCullum. We had a great scrimmage to end our summer. And so all those guys are going to be really good players here. And but I don't think anything is really shaken out right now. There's a lot of playing minutes up for grabs on our team.
You mentioned the depth and the program changing. Do you think the decision to redshirt Sean's kind of indicative of that? Because with a guy like that in years past, I don't think you might have had the luxury to sit him out.
No doubt. You know, I think this, you know, and one thing when we started talking to Sean and his high school coach about this way back, I mean, you know, Sean's 17, he's going to be 18 in May. So, I mean, that's young. I mean, that's a young senior in high school. So it's really a young freshman in college. And you'll see it's amazing. Now, he came here 198, now he's 215. He's gained 17 pounds in about 3.5, 4 weeks. So, I mean, he really is. He's going to be good. But you're exactly right. I think it's what's best for the kid, you know, and it's what he feels comfortable with. He's going to do great in practice. But you're right. I think that bodes well kind of for what the staff has done recruiting with depth.
How's KJ progressing as a shooter?
He's done better. He's shot the ball a lot better this summer. He's a more confident shooter. You know, I've been on him a few times about not just all of a sudden he hurt. He's got to become a better shooter, and then all of a sudden you don't want a 6'8" athletic guy just kind of running around the 3-point line. You know, so he's got to go back, stick his nose in the middle of rebounding the ball, and his skill. You also saw it last year. He's very skilled driving the ball, passing it. And so just his physicality, and then you got a guy who can rebound and can make a three, and he's going to make plenty of threes this year.
You don't recruit JUCOs to sit, but you had 2 guys that were JUCOs last year. They're not here anymore. So for Bryce, what does he have to do to ensure that he gets on the floor? What have you seen from him in this game? What do you like about him?
Yeah, you'll watch him. I mean, he's got flashes. He's so athletic and fast, and he's taken coaching well. And so I think he's made a lot of progress since he's been back in the fall. And you know, just kind of act more like a point guard, and he can shoot. He's very quick with the ball, and I think just his physicality, you know, point of contact, defending, getting hit with the ball screen, stopping, you know, getting himself through contact and in physical play, being a better rebounding guard, and but yeah, he's had some great moments, you know, with us since he's been back.
Now that you have some more.
This summer on the teleconference, Luis being one guy out of everybody that's transformed his body a lot. How has that helped his game, and what has that changed about it?
Yeah, we probably started today. Luis would start. You know, we started today. There's a lot of time between now and then, but he has. You can just see. I mean, the way he's physical. He's a guy. Even last year, y'all saw him, and I probably didn't trust him as much as I probably should have. You know, some of that was Luis, probably some of it was me. But when the ball goes up, he's a natural, instinctive rebounder, and but he's playing more calm. You know what it is? He's not thinking so much. He's just kind of playing. You know, he kind of feels good in the system now. And so, you know, sometimes when guys are trying to grasp system of play and actions defensively and offensively, it paralyzes them. You know, so they can't move freely. And now he's just moving freely if he feels good. And he's going to do really good things this year. And right now he's probably the best on-ball defender we have.